Good morning, I'm Ken. I'm going to try something different today that I haven't done before, and it involves chainsaw carving in a piece of wood. But this piece of wood is a little different. I'm going to try and carve a fish into the side of this log here, this upright log that I have. And to do that, I'm going to have 3 or 4 different types of tools. First of all, I have built a table here that I use as a reference for bolting things onto, a couple of 2x4s on there with some screws to attach the log to the 2x4s. And then I have 3 chainsaws over here that I normally use. Primary rough cutting is with this gas chainsaw here. It is a Echo CS3410 that I actually purchased from the George Kinney carving that I did classes with a couple years ago. Second one, it's a Ryobi 12-inch. And then I have a smaller fine-tuning type saw, still a 12-inch blade, but it's a 20-volt DeWalt style electric saw. And then I have this, I'll call it a Nuki grinder that I use for finish up sanding and smoothing and maybe putting some fur in bears, things like that. And then the normal last touch that I do with most of the bears that I make in particular is I use this torch to burn the wood. Sometimes I'll put on a finish coat of Varathane after I'm done with that. But anyway, I'm gonna try this. I'm using my new GoPro and gonna give it a shot, see if we can get a video here. First thing I'm gonna do is get out a marking pen and I'm gonna draw a fish in here. We'll see what it turns out like, but basically gonna get an outline of this fish. His nose will be up here and it'll come down like this. Probably have like a rear lower fin here, and his tail will come down this way, probably fan out like this, maybe a little lower I think. And then the top part of the fish will be like yay, with a forward fin maybe up here, and a smaller, I think they call it a dorsal fin back here. We'll see how that works out. And then he comes down skinnier here with his tail fanning out like this. We'll see what happens. But the first thing I'm going to do, put on my earmuffs, and I'm going to cut on the outline of that fish to start things off. See what happens. It's going to be a funny looking fish, but it's going to be a long skinny fish. But I'm going to now switch saw, a little bit more trimming, kind of round the body of the fish a little bit, try and fix up that fin that I messed up on the bottom. I'll play with it some. Okay, I think what I'm going to do next is use the more lightweight 20-volt chainsaw here and try to cut away a little bit more of the outer surrounding material. This saw has a smaller round tip on it. It lets me get in there a little better. Okay, I'm going to try a little bit of finer tuning with the Nuki grinder now. This is also a 20-volt DeWalt. Actually, it's a DeWalt style battery, but this is actually a knockoff called a VariWave grinder and a knockoff battery. This should change the color of the thing. Shape a little bit of the tail, so give the tail a little bit of a flaring type appearance. Sander actually adds quite a bit of nicer smoothness to it. I think when I burn it, it will make it give it a better difference from what the log that it's in. But so far I'm pretty happy with the way this thing is molding into the tree. Play with it a little bit more here. Now comes the decision whether to burn it or almost makes me wonder if a silver color paint on it would be nice and try and put the background as a darker color. Maybe I'll play with it some.
Woke up this morning, sun on my